إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء، واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم، ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد، فإن خير الكلام كلام الله، وخير الهدى هدى محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة، وكل ضلالة في النار. فيا معاشر الإخوة, our reality and our abode eventually will be, as we know, in the grave. As every week I always try to remind myself and the people about how our reality will be under that dirt. Under that dirt we will be very lonely, dark, and it will be tight. Where all of us will be in that so-called, or in that true reality. And some people's graves, like we said, will be spacious. And some people will be a torment. And the only way one survives is based upon what he's doing right now. One of the ways in which one will prosper in that life which is called al-hayat al-barzakhiyah, is by doing what we're doing right now. Performing an abundance of righteous actions which allow one's grave to be spacious. And all these affairs in which the Prophet ﷺ, or first Allah himself, then informed through the wahi, is survival and benefit for our own selves. Rather, Allah Ta'ala is not in benefit of the ta'at al-ta'een. He's not in benefit of those who obeys, for the obedience of those who obey him. As we explained a couple of weeks ago, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not in need of our obedience and our uprightness. Rather, we're in need of Allah, in need of His what? His mercy when we're in that grave. And all the evil things that we've done, and we've done to people, and we have done and oppressed people, and which we'll find on the day of resurrection, and it also will affect our life in the grave, because that's how we have to look at it. How our life and our effect of our actions, it will affect us likewise of how our life will be inside of the qabr, inside of the grave, of how we treated people and how we dealt with them and how we treated them. All these things that affects our salvation, our prosperity in that life. For verily, ya ma'ashal ikhwa, what we are doing right now of Siyam is an important affair in which we are performing a pillar of our religion. And we want that this religion, that pillar be accepted, that Allah Ta'ala accepts our actions. And the ways that one accepts it, number one, that he prays in Salat al-Jama'ah, that he prays in the Salah and as much as he can in congregation, as much as he's able, and praying your salawat on time. For verily that is the origin. Before you move on to Siyam, make sure you're praying your salawat on time. Make sure that you're performing your prayers on time. Likewise, after that, once you have now started this tremendous ibadah of Siyam, likewise, not only is it incumbent upon the person to stay away from food and drink, but rather the true test manifests in these matters which we're about to mention, which a lot of people cannot avoid, except who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives tawfiq. Allah truly gives success to the person who's able to fast this type of fast. Because a lot of people are not able to, they don't have the ability to fast the fast in which we're going to describe, and which is the true fast. in which a lot of people is hard upon them. Or rather, the people who truly have a high level of status with Allah, then they can fast that type of fast. فَيَا مَعَشَ الْإِخْوَةِ, what are we speaking about? It's in light what the great Imam al-Albani, Muhammad Nasruddin al-Albani, has said in the tafsir of the ayah. Where Allah Ta'ala says in the last part where He says, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. That Shuri'ah, شهر رمضان, لأنها مدرسة لنا حتى نتعلم التقوى. ولكن ما معنى التقوى المذكور ضمن هذه الآية الكريمة? However, what is the meaning of taqwa in this ayah? When Allah Ta'ala says in Siyam, and the reason why He legislated it, at the end of the ayah it says for you to attain taqwa. But what is the meaning of it? He says, well, a lot of people you'll find that they're able to practice the Siyam of abstaining from food and drink. That's easy upon a lot of people. He says, however, this type, which a lot of people are not able to do, which is called al-mufattirat al-ma'nawiyah, those type of affairs that will diminish your reward as if you did not fast at all in the first place. And that is the part in which a lot of people are heedless and inadvertent of, which is in the part what they call al-mufattirat al-ma'nawiyah. Those affairs that it breaks the fast, not necessarily where you have to make it up or stop fasting, but it diminishes the reward to the point where it's as if you did not fast at all, which is from what everyone? From ghiba, from namima, from looking at women, from committing all types of acts, insulting someone, cursing someone, speaking ill to someone, raising your voice, having bad etiquette, having bad character, having a girlfriend, getting drunk, getting high. All these things is the fast which is hard upon the people. It's hard upon the people to control this morsel of flesh between their two jaws. That is a test for a lot of people. In which we know the poet where he says in his poetry, where he says, احفظ لسانك أيها الإنسان لا يلدغنك إنه ثعبان كم في المقابر من قتيل لسانه كانت تهاب لقاءه شجعان. What he used to say in his poetry. So the poet says, guard your tongue أيها الإنسان لا يلدغنك إنه ثعبان. Don't let it sting you, verily it is a poisonous snake. How many people are in the graves in which you'll find that they even was afraid to what? To face this true army and this true test, which is to guard the tongue. Guarding the tongue, especially during the month of Ramadan, is even highly more emphasized due to the fact that the Prophet ﷺ said in so many ahadith, where he said, alayhi salatu wasalam, in the authority of Abu Hurairah, and the majority of them are upon Abu Hurairah, where you'll find that it says in the narration, man lam yada' قول الزور والعمل به والجهل فليس لله حاجة في أن يضع طعامه وشرابه. Another narration he says من لم يدع الخنا والكذب فلا حاجة لله يضع طعامه وشرابه. Another narration he says لا تسابك وأنت صائم. This is in Ibn Khuzaymah. لا تسابك وأنت صائم فَنْسَابَكَ فَقُلْ إِنِّي صَائِمْ إِنِّي صَائِمْ. Another narration where the Prophet ﷺ, all these are sahih, where the Prophet ﷺ also said, رُبَّ صَائِمًا لَيْسَ لَهُ مِنْ صِيَامِهِ إِلَّا الْجُوعِ وَرُبَّ قَائِمًا لَيْسَ لَهُ مِنْ قِيَامِهِ إِلَّا السَّهْرِ. Another narration where the Prophet ﷺ also said, رُبَّ صَائِمًا حَظَّهُ مِنْ صِيَامِهِ الْجُوعِ وَالْعَطَشِ وَرُبَّ قَائِمٍ حَظَّهُ مِنْ قِيَامِهِ السَّهْرِ. But the Prophet ﷺ said this fast, and which is hard upon a lot of people, where it says in this part, which is talking about al-mufattirat al-ma'nawiyah, where the Prophet ﷺ said, who does not leave off statements of evil, whoever does not leave it off, belittling someone, hollering at someone, spreading tales, backbiting, having a girlfriend, getting high, not praying your salat on time, all these affairs, looking at women on the street. This diminishes your reward, your fast. Diminishes it to the point where as if it's not a reward left of it. To the Prophet ﷺ said, who does not leave off statements of evil, and whoever does not being forbearing, meaning that he's overlooking some of the people's insults, just going about your business. And also doing it in one's actions. For verily Allah Ta'ala is not in need of one leaving off his food and drink. One narration that says, Man lam yada al-khana. Whoever does not leave off obscene behavior in statements and actions, Allah Ta'ala does not need him leaving off his food and drink. Another narration where the Prophet ﷺ mentioned and said, La tasabba wa anta sa'im. Do not insult or curse anyone while you're fasting. Do not insult or curse or holler or scream or do any of these acts while you're fasting. If anyone curses or hollers at you or insults you or tries to stir up your anger, tell them, I'm fasting, I'm fasting. Another narration where the Prophet ﷺ said, he says, how many people that fast? How many people? And he's talking about a lot of people who have fast. They had no reward except just having starvation and hunger and thirst, and that's it. Meaning they had no reward. Allah didn't accept it. And when we're talking about the acceptance of qabul, where Allah gives you reward for it, where you truly have attained the benefit of your siyam. The true benefit is when Allah actually rewarded you for it and didn't reject it. And we're teaching the instructions on how to attain that bi-idhnillah jalla wa azz. How many people that have fasted, all they had at their fast is just mere what? Ju' wal atash, hunger and thirst. That's it. No reward. Why? Do you find that it says in the narration, which is in the sharh, what they call, which is the sharh al-mishkat al-masabih, which is called mir'at al-mafatih fi sharh mishkat al-masabih. What's in the sharh was said that the meaning of the hadith, where Allah, the Prophet ﷺ informed that no one will have a reward of them leaving off their food and drink, is just it. The meaning of it is that they didn't do it out of having sincerity, meaning they might have been showing off, maybe. And also likewise complaining. Also likewise saying it's too hard. Oh, I don't like what I'm doing. Why we got to be fasting now? Why is we not having the ihtisab? Wanting the reward with Allah ta'ala. Until the point where they will have nothing from them leaving off their food and drink except that's it, those characteristics. For ya ma'ashal ikhwa, siyam in the month of Ramadan is to get one acclimated to having good behavior and etiquette and uprightness all around the year until we die. That is the fast that's hard upon a lot of people. Everyone in the majority of the Muslims think in their mind, fasting is just restricted to leaving off food and drink and the meaning of it. Rather, the true fast and the true reality comes in ones in which we just explained of attaining taqwa by showing that in your tongue and protecting it while you're fasting, and in your etiquette and in your conduct as far as in the implication of how you practice it during this month, which is hard upon a lot of people. And we ask Allah to give us tawfiq to fast this type of fast. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. وصلاة ربي وسلامه وبركاته على ذاك النبي الكريم نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد فيا معاشر الإخوة. That is one tanbih, one thing we want to make everyone aware of, and which a lot of people of that fast, some of them are aware of it, some of them are not. That is the true test. Leaving off food and drink is not a fitna on a lot of people. Controlling their tongue and controlling how they conduct themselves, that is the true test. That is the true test. That's why you'll find that Jabir bin Abdullah and also Ali bin Abi Talib said the narration. He says, ليس الصيام من الشرب ومن الأكل والشرب ولكن الصيام من الكذب والباطل واللغو. Actually, that's a narration that's marfu' upon the Prophet ﷺ. But anyway, Ali ibn Abi Talib said in the narration, he said, ليس الصيام من الأكل والشرب ولكن الصيام من الكذب والباطل واللغو. Listen to what Jabir bin Abdullah said. It's in Bukhari and Muslim. It's in Sahihain. Also, it's been collected by Ibn Abi Shayba in his Musannaf, where he says, إذا صمت فليصم سمعك وبصرك ولسانك عن المآثم والكذب وَدَعْ أَذَا الْخَادِمِ. And in another narration he says, وَدَعْ عَنْكَ أَذَا الْجَارِ وَلْيَكُنْ عَلَيْكَ وَقَارٌ وَسَكِينَةٌ يَوْمَ صِيَامِكَ وَلَا تَجْعَلْ يَوْمَ صِيَامِكَ وَفِطْرِكَ سَوَاءً. He says, if you find, when the first narration upon Ali ibn Abi Talib, was also collected in Musannaf ibn Abi Shayba, where Ali ibn Abi Talib had mentioned his head. He says, fasting is not just eating our food and drink, and that's it. However, it's abstaining from false speech, falsehood, lying, and inappropriate behavior, and etiquette, and actions. Another narration where Jabir ibn Abdullah says, if you fast, let your eyes fast, let your ears fast, and let your tongue fast from sins and evil acts and evil speech. If the person who insults you from your neighbor or the one who's serving you, leave them alone, leave them. Let it be upon you on the day while you're fasting. Serenity, tranquility on the day when you're fasting. Do not make the day when you broke your fast and you make your fast equal. Listen to this narration likewise. This on the authority of Abu Umam al-Bahili, the great Sahabi. Who was Abu Umam al-Bahili's true name, anyone? Suddi ibn Ajlan ibn Wahab al-Bahili. His name was Suddi, Abu Umam al-Bahili. That he said in the narration. That's also Ibn Hibban. And it's also Ibn Khuzaymah. Was Sahih al-Imam al-Albani. Where the Prophet also mentioned this narration. Where he said, alayhi salatu wassalam, he says, Bayna ana na'im. بين أنا نائم فجاءني رجلان فأخذ بضبعي فأتيا بي جبلا وعرا فقال لي اصعد قال إني لا أطيقه قال إنا سنسهله لك فصعدت حتى إذا كنت في سواء الجبل فإذا أصوات شديدة قلت ما هذه الأصوات قالوا هذا عواء أهل النار ثم انطلق بي فإذا أنا بقوم معلقين بعراقيبهم مشققة أشداقهم تصير أشداقهم دما قال وقلت أنا من هؤلاء قال هؤلاء الذين يفطرون قبل تحلية صومهم. That one narration where the Prophet ﷺ said during the night, this is what we need to have fear of. These type of narrations. Where the Prophet ﷺ said, I was asleep. Two angels came to me. Two angels came. And they took me by my shoulder. فَأَخَذَا بِضَبْعَيْ. And they came upon this true, huge, big mountain. And they said, climb upon it, board it. He said, I'm not able. He said, verily we'll facilitate it, make it easy for you. So then I climbed upon it. I mounted the mountain and I started climbing it. I heard voices of people being tortured. Severe voices of people hollering and screaming out of pain and torture. He said, what are these voices that I'm hearing? He said, that's the hollering and the moaning and the pain of the people of the fire, of the hell. Then he says, then they went by. Then I seen some people that they were what? They were being hung up and tied by their hamstrings. And blood just kept coming out of their bodies from them being hung upon these sharp objects in which they were hung by their hamstrings. And I said, what are these people or who are they? They are the people who broke their fast before it was time to break it. Imam al-Albani gave a tremendous benefit about this hadith. He said, is this for the person who actually fasts? He started it. Then he broke it in the middle of the day without a doable excuse. What about the person that don't fast at all? What about the person that doesn't even do it at all? And they have the ability. They don't do it at all. That's just merely for the person who said, oh, I don't feel I'm going to stop breaking it. He started it, but he stopped it. And he broke it at the time when it was a time to break it. فَيَا مَعَاشَ الْإِخْوَةِ Allah loves those actions, which brings love and brings comfortability to people and making people happy. Wallahi ya ma'ash al-ikhwa. As we know the hadith, which is also on the authority of Abdullah bin Umar. One narration says Abdullah bin Amr ibn al-As, and another narration says Abdullah bin Umar. It's been collected at Tabarani. It's also in his Saghir, it's in his Awsat. Also, the Imam al-Albani mentioned it in the Silsila al-Ahadith al-Sahihah. It's in there. Listen to this narration. The Prophet ﷺ said, it was asked. He says, Man ahabbu an-nas ila Allah. فقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أحب الناس إلى الله أنفعهم للناس وأحب الأعمال إلى الله سرور تدخله على مسلم أو يكشف عنه كربة أو يقضي عنه دينا أو تطرد عنه جوعا ولأن أمشي مع أخ لي في حاجة أحب إلي من أن أعتكف في هذا المسجد شهرا ومن كف غضبه ستر الله عورته ومن كظم غيظه وإن شاء أن يمضيه أمضاه ملأ الله قلبه رجاء يوم القيامة ولأن أمشي مع أخي في حاجة حتى تتهيأ له أثبت الله قدمه يوم تزول الأقدام وإن سوء الخلق لتفسد العمل كما يفسد الماء وكما يفسد الخل العسل. Tremendous narration. But the Prophet ﷺ was asked, who are the most beloved of people to Allah? Man ahabba an-nas ila Allah. The Prophet ﷺ said, the most beloved of people to Allah is the one who can benefit them. What did the message of Allah mean by that? Coming to the masjid, trying to clean up, maybe call the adhan, make sure the bathrooms are clean, make sure the bills are paid, make sure that you're praying on time, making sure that you're able to facilitate a lesson, maybe get the lessons prepared, maybe go get the chairs and make sure that the people who are sick, they can sit in the chair and be comfortable. Those maybe, for example, come into class learning your ilm, learning your religion. Also likewise, those who can maintain the mass. It's general for a lot of good things. Now listen to who he said and was asked, who are the most beloved actions to Allah? Listen very carefully, everyone, and people who's listening online. The most beloved actions to Allah. This is tremendous. Happiness you can enter in the heart of your Muslim brother. Sururun tudkhiluhu ala Muslim. Happiness you can enter in someone. Make them happy. A smiling face. Not a fake one, a true, genuine smile face. Is there anything I could do for you? Good to listen to the rest of the narration. Happiness you can enter upon your Muslim brother. Or relieving him of some type of sadness or grief he has. Or paying a does the religion of Islam calling to really being a savage? Listen to this narration. This is the deen of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Removing a sadness or grief he has. Or relieving a dain or debt he has. Or removing some type of hunger he has. This is also Sadafiyya. Also likewise, as it says in the narration, he says that I go out with my brother of mine. That I go out and set out to help with my brother in necessity or need he has, is more beloved to me than I make i'tikaf in his masjid for a whole month. Min an a'takifa fi hadha al-masjid shahra. Then it says in the narration, Man kaffa ghadabahu. And this is what it's hard for a lot of people, especially here in this country, because it makes it real hard people angry all the time. Now listen to this narration. Man kaffa ghadabahu, satara Allahu awrata. Whoever's able to calm himself down, to restrain his anger, Allah will cover up his shortcomings on the day of resurrection. من كف غضبه ستر الله عورته. And whoever is able to repel, restrain their rage, من كظم غيظه, Allah will fill his heart up on the day of resurrection. He says with hope. Until it says in the last narrative, listen to the last part, where he said, alayhi salatu wasalam, he says that I go out and set out with a need with my brother until it has been facilitated for him. Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala will give him firmness with his feet on the day of resurrection, on the day when the people's feet will be slipping. Tremendous narration. Now listen to the last part of it. Verily evil behavior and evil etiquette and evil manners, bad manners, always looking at someone, always getting smart, always talking to someone some type of way, always trying to insult someone, always trying to find something about someone's character or his flaws, whether it be in his body or his character. Oh, you overweight, dude. Man, look at his clothes. Man. All this other stuff that is going to be irrelevant when you die at the end of the day. Rather, it's going to be a sin on you. All these things that we care about now, where it's going to be totally irrelevant when we put in that dark space under the grave. But at any rate, where it says in the narration, whoever has good etiquette and good behavior, good mannerism, good treatment of people, this is the religion. Listen to this. This is the Deen of Muhammad, who they so-called claim is a savage, who those kuffar idiots say. This is how beautiful this religion is. Verily good, the bad etiquette and bad behavior and etiquette and treatment, he says it corrupts the actions. Just as al-khal yufsidul asal, as vinegar, like what? It pollutes pure honey. فَيَا مَعَاشَ الْإِخْوَةِ. These narrations are tremendous. And plus I had a long list of narrations I wanted to say today. But we hope that Allah Ta'ala will allow us to protect our siyam. And also our qiyam. By standing at night. Keep in mind, ya ma'ash al-ikhwa, the only way you will attain the reward when the Prophet ﷺ had mentioned and said, whoever stays the month of Ramadan, of having iman and having ihtisab, contemplating that reward with Allah, not complaining. Oh man, this is too long, I can't take this. Man, brothers, if you start getting tired, just sit in a chair. You'll find during the time of the Salaf that some of the Sahaba would tie something around themselves to hold themselves up, due to how long they used to what? Stand in the prayer. And also likewise, walillahil hamd, brothers, Taraweeh in this message is only 55 minutes. 50 minutes. You can't stand for your Lord. All throughout the whole year, we all make excuses for the whole year. We can't stand at night. We always busy. We got wives. We got kids. We got jobs. We can't give our Lord 50 minutes in 1 month. Other masajid maybe pray an hour and a half, 2 hours. Easy. Easy. We try to facilitate and make it easy upon the people. We take consideration their jobs. We try to take consideration they got to wake up for sahur. We take in consideration you got to wake up for fajr. We take in consideration that you got to go to your job in the morning. 50 minutes you can't get to your Lord, 55 minutes. Let's just say an hour. And the meaning of the hadith of the Prophet, as Sheikh Salih Fawzan mentioned, is said that person can attain that reward of standing unless he does it every single night. We're not just saying it in Jumu'ah and congregation. Even if your house, you might be tired. We take in consideration people are probably tired at the end of the day. Stand and pray for 5 minutes. Do something every night. Don't just sit in your behind 5-10 minutes for your Lord. Even if you do go home. Leave off the indulgence with your brothers, because we know sometimes they like to prolong conversations. And say, Akhi, it's Ramadan, let's just go make some ibadah for this month. Let's go to the masjid, or let's try to pray 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I know we're both tired. Let's just try to pray for 10 to 15 minutes. Let's do something. Do something. This is the month of the ibadah. It's the month of getting ready to meet Allah, especially this month. Do something. So also you can have also the reward with the Prophet ﷺ. We ask Allah to keep us far away from those who are what? Where he said, alayhi salatu wasalam, he says, وَرُبَّ قَائِمًا لَيْسَ لَهُ مِنْ قِيَامِهِ إِلَّا السَّهْرِ. How many people have stood in prayer at night, but they had no reward except just being up late and being tired and exhausted? Why? Because they're complaining. If you're tired, just get a chair and sit. There's nothing wrong with that. Brothers, we need to get our acts together so we can get tawfiq, progress. We want tawfiq from Allah. We won't just want to come here in the masjid and we just here, alhamdulillah. No, we want to see forward movement, progress. And the way you attain that is by sacrifice. Sometimes in being hardworking. And also likewise, treating the people good. Aiding the people, especially our youth out here. As me, if I've been here for 7 months and I'm looking at our youth, trust me, I study the community. You think I don't? I do. I look, I study, I ponder. I look at our youth especially. That's my concern. My concern is towards the youth. I'm afraid for them. Because I want to see the direction of the whole community wherever I go forward. And get them prepared for the future. The youth, we have to make a big turn. And it's not just tahfidh al-Quran. Memorizing the Quran with no fahm and no proper aqidah is going to be something of a detriment to them. And it can even be dangerous. And we ask Allah ta'ala in this month to allow us to raise us in degree and allow our siyam to be accepted and to protect our fast. With what we can, not just in food and drink, but in our good behavior. Being tranquil, easygoing during this month, mothers and sisters. Be tranquil, easygoing. Not loud and obnoxious. Calm, cool, collective, laid back. This is a good trait and characteristic in a man, especially. And you can even ask the women. Women will tell you, what type of man you like? Oh man, that's laid back, calm, cool, collective. They like that's a good characteristic. And I'm sure the women over there is like, yeah, you're right. A lot of women, that's what they like. They like calm, collective, just forbearing, overlooking, calm and cool. But knowing when to put their foot down, when to be stern and assertive, not by hollering, screaming, insulting, by following up with what you do, what you're going to say you're going to do. And if she's a good woman, she will comply and she will come back to what is correct. If she's a bad woman and she now still wants to be arrogant and haughty, then you kindly let her go. And inshallah, she'll learn when she get another man that puts her to test. And it's that simple. And we ask Allah ta'ala to aid us in this month. هذا وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.